Hello everyone, my name is Professor Maloney and I'm your instructor for the COP1334-2217-6861 C++ programming class this term. So it's nice to meet you, albeit virtually. And let me just dive right in and talk about how this class will be working. All right, this is an MDC live class, and that means I'm using the MDC live modality. And basically what that means is we're not meeting in a classroom. So if you look at your course schedule and you click on this class, or you look on this particular class, you're going to see that for the room it's going to say TBA. Well, there's no room for the class, but it also will put next to the class that there is a class day, well, class days and class times for the class. So your class is from 12:30 p.m. until 2:10 p.m. every Tuesday and every Thursday. All right. With MDC Live, you must, as in you are required to attend every live class session that I have. So the only difference is that you're not getting to come up before class or after class and give me a handshake, or these days I guess a little butt up the elbow or the hand. You know, no hugs and no handshakes, that kind of stuff. But you still get to see me, you still get to talk to me live. All right. So you are required to be in class from 12:30 p.m. until 1:30 p.m. every Tuesday and every Thursday. And you might say, whoa, Professor, you just said 12:30 to 2:10 is our class. Yes, that's your class, but I'm splitting it up this way. The first hour of class is a required lecture / programming example / PowerPoint overview / whatever I want to do. Mainly, I'll probably be talking about how you guys are either doing or not doing in the class, and talk about what you need to be doing. So I'll be reminding you all the time about what needs to be done. So that's important, okay? So every Tuesday and every Thursday, you'll be in this Collaborate Ultra room, which I'm going to show you the syllabus in a moment to show you where that is. And then I'm going to talk about the syllabus, and I'll also talk about a few other things that I have in Blackboard, you know, for you, for what you'll be doing this term. All righty? So I'll see you relatively soon, Tuesday, August the 24th. At 12:30 p.m. I shall be having a live session with you guys. I've sent out an announcement and an email to everyone telling you what's happening. But for now, I'll see you. I'll be talking, but you'll be seeing my screen. All right. So here we go, sharing my screen. All right. So over here, I'm now obviously in Blackboard, and I'm going to go to your view. Okay. So this is your view in Blackboard for this particular class. Now it can change, things might happen, but basically in the home page I just have the announcements that I will periodically make. In a class like this, there will definitely be at least 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 announcements over the course of the term. Even though it says no announcements have been posted, actually there has been an announcement posted. This is because class hasn't started technically yet. I'm doing this recording on Friday, August 20th. If I click more announcements, you'll actually see I sent an announcement out at 2:40, so about an hour ago. And when I post an announcement, I send a copy of it as an email. All right. I won't read all of this. Actually, I'll go ahead and read lots of it. All right. So that just shows you your class, right? And I'm just saying welcome, important information. So I hope you're doing fine. I hope your families are doing fine. The purpose of this email is to let you know that this particular class is scheduled to be taught with the MDC Live modality. That's the newest modality at MDC. We implemented this when, unfortunately, the pandemic hit. So that was about mid-March of 2020, about a year and a half ago now. So MDC Live means you will be in required live sessions. So it's not a true online class like with MDC Online. MDC Live requires you to come to my live sessions, and those live sessions are during the same time as you see on your schedule. So again, for you guys, the schedule shows you're in class on Tuesday and Thursday from 12:30 p.m. until 2:10 p.m. So for the first hour of that time, 12:30 p.m. until 1:30 p.m., you are required. And that's why down here you'll see the first required class is from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. All right. What I do with the other 40 minutes of class is have optional office hour sessions. And they'll probably more likely be just from 1:30 until 2 p.m. Give you about a half an hour if you want to ask me a question about, hey, how you're doing, or you have a question about an assignment due date. Perhaps I made a mistake in Blackboard and something doesn't seem right to you in terms of the when it's due. Or you might want to confirm that, hey, Professor, next Tuesday is an exam. Is that right? And I'll say, of course it's right, or I'll show you where to go to find out that it's right. Okay. So I'm accounting for the hour and 40 minutes. 1 hour will always be, the first hour will always be these live sessions, okay, every Tuesday and every Thursday. But let me also say this, which is just as important. You're going to have 3 exams in this class, and your exams must be taken during the live class session, okay, meaning 12:30 to 1:30. But on exam day, rather than limit you to 60 minutes, I give you the whole 100 minutes. So I give you from 12:30 p.m. until 2:10 p.m. to finish your exam. Once you finish the exam, then you're done for the day. And then the next day, you'll start whatever new material I'm introducing, okay? If you miss 3 of my required live class sessions, I reserve the right to drop you. Why? Well, let's talk about me. You saw me for 4 or 5 minutes there where I was showing my face. I'm not the youngest person in the world. Hopefully I'm not the oldest either, but bottom line is I've been at MDC for 11 years. And I believe in those 11 years, I have been late a total of 1 time. That's 1 time in 11 years. And that's when they shut down. I come from Pembroke Pines, and they shut down, God, I forget what it's called now. Anyway, it's basically Chrome Avenue, but Chrome Avenue, when you get way up towards the casino there off Southwest 8th Street, between there and Kendall Drive, they had that entire road shut down for like fires. So it was shut down for a fire. And when I instead had to turn left on Southwest 8th Street to sort of go a longer way to get down to the campus, that road was a total disaster. There was a bad accident after a mile or 2 on that road. And I literally, though, in my car, on my phone, went to MDC.blackboard.com, which is the way I go into Blackboard, and posted an announcement. Hey, it was a live session, one of these kind of sessions. Said, sorry, I can't make it today. I'm on my way down to the office, because sometimes I do my live sessions from my office. Normally I do them from home, and this particular one, just to let you know, I'm doing from home. But anyway, so point being, I'm here every day. Okay, you need to be here every day as well. You're students, so this is my job, but it's also your job. Your job is to make sure that you adhere to the rules or the guidelines that your manager tells you. Well, I'm your manager because I'm your professor. Okay, so be in class every day and pay attention. If you're in class every day and you pay attention, you review the syllabus, and you review the syllabus literally every week to make sure you know it. Okay, then you'll never have to submit assignments late. I dock a lot of points for anyone who wants to submit an assignment late, or anyone that wants to or needs to take an exam late. Not in my classes. You don't do anything late, or you get a 20% penalty if you can make it up within the first week, a 30% penalty if you can't make it up until 2 weeks, within 2 weeks, I should say, and then nothing else. So I don't like to give, dock people 20% or 30% though. So I'm encouraging you, pay attention to my syllabus. I'll be reviewing the syllabus in a little while, all right? Okay, so anyway, you can read the rest of this, and then down here, okay, are the required live class sessions, all right? So let's just do the first week. So the first week, Tuesday, August 24th, during what I call class hours, but remotely, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. And you note in bold, must attend, okay? And it says, next is information on the required live class information sessions, which are on the following days and times. So that's Tuesday. Thursday, up the first week. Same thing, online, 12:30 to 1:30. So all of these say the same, all right? All of these, all the way now until December the 14th, which is when you take your final, for this class, will say the same stuff, all right? So your last class session, so if you want to already start planning, Tuesday, December 14th, that'll be the day you take your third exam, okay? Third exam, and it's the last day of class. Now below that is information on the optional. So remember, optional means you don't have to attend. So 12:30 to 1:30 every day you must attend. On the 3 days though that there are exams, you need to allow 100 full minutes, which means there won't be optional office hour sessions those days, but you gain the 40 minutes to use on your test, all right? So same thing, information on optional though now, and all I'm doing, the very same, I'm highlighting the same first week of class, and you see instead of 12:30 to 1:30, it's the very second the class ends, I just click the next link, which would be this one, and then I'll be in Collaborate Ultra's, that particular classroom for you guys, and you'd come over there with me if you want to. If you're in good shape, you don't need to. But 1:30 to 2:10, and I may make it 2 o'clock, I may short you 10 minutes if I want to. But bottom line is, and here's all the same sessions, but I don't have a session on December 14th because the last day of class, once you take your exam, class is over. By the way, there's no session for November 25, that's Thanksgiving. There's no session for November 11, that's Veterans Day, okay? All right, so that's enough of that, all right, but you do have that. So that's what's up in the home page. Now, students start here, all right? So students start here. This is very, very important. First of all, you need to get your access code, your COP1334 access code the first week of class, all right? So I expect you to have this on day 2, which is Thursday, August the 26th, all right? You can't say, I can't get it yet, I can't get it yet. Well, you have to get it yet. You're in class. Remember, I'm the manager, and the manager tells you, the boss tells you, you have to do something on the first week of your class or your work. You have to do it. Now, if you can't buy it at the time, you can get either a 14-day or 7-day trial at MindTap, which is a Cengage platform that I use for the class. It's the same platform at Homestead that I implemented for all the CGS 1060 classes. I'm the lead instructor in MTech at the faculty at the Homestead campus. So everything we're doing there is based on what I end up implementing. So if you've already had a free trial though off Cengage MindTap, then you won't get another free trial for this class. So you need to make sure that if you cannot buy the access code by the end of the first week, please, you have to leave the class. You just have to take it another time, because a class, is designed to run during the number of weeks you have in it. This is a 16-week class. The first 15 weeks are, getting you ready for the final, and the 16th week is just taking the final exam. First week, we really don't do much at all. Last week is just your final, so really it's down to 14 weeks now. In those 14 weeks, you have 3 exams, and 3 exams in a programming class, can be challenging. So anyway, now what you're going to do, so I'm in student preview. So if I click here now, like you will do when you're going to register, you're going to just click that link, and then when it gets over here, to the Cengage site, it's going to tell you to either input your access code or take a trial. And again, you can only take the trial if you can get it. Okay. Now yours won't look exactly like mine. All right. And by the way, this is showing 6451. It's actually 6861. This is just because of cache. I just happened to do the same overview session that I'm doing with you guys now in my previous class, which is I've got a 10:40 a.m. class as well. But for yours, when you click that link I just clicked right here, students start here and register with your mymdc.net email. So remember, use that email too. But this link will bring you to, you see the class? COP1334, 2217, 6861. Yours will say that, 6861, all right? Your class starts at 12:30 p.m. And then you're going to either enter the access code if you've already bought the access code, or you click continue if you can't buy it the first week of class. On the second day of the first week, meaning on Thursday the 26th, I want you to then click this continue button and start a trial. If it doesn't let you start the trial because you've already used one in the past, then you need to email me, say, Professor, I don't know what to tell you, but I can't get a free preview, I guess because I've used it in the past, and I can't buy the book this week. I can't buy the access code. You're not actually buying a physical book, by the way, although that's an option they'll give you, but you're getting an access code, which gives you an ebook. It gives you all the PowerPoint slides, etc. But all the work you do is officially done. I mean, except for your bio post, basically it's all done or uploaded to MindTap, okay? So you have to do all that work on the MindTap site, which means you need your access code. All right, so anyway, again, for the majority of you that buy the access code the first couple days of class, you click this link when you've done it, and then right here you'll click enter it now. It says if you have an access code, enter it now, otherwise click continue. When you hover over enter it now, you see it turns to a link. So you click that, and then you put in your access code, and then it will bring you to our class. It'll bring you directly to our class. And then every other day that you sign in, so let's say you've already registered now, or you've already bought your access code. So you come here to register, and let's say you've registered, and then you clicked enter it now, and you entered that access code. Then let's pretend you signed out, and we'll say it's 2 hours later. You click here, and now it's going to go all the way to the class. Okay, so it won't stop. We're just stopped, even though it's going to stop here now because I'm doing your preview again. My point, though, is it will go all the way into the class, okay? Where right now it can't because I'm not registering for you guys, all right? Now, I'll show you how that happens, though, by getting out of this link, okay? And now I'm going to get out of my preview for a moment, and I'm going to go to Student Start here, and now I go in. You see, I'm not in your preview now, but mine, because I'm registered, I'm the professor for the class, it'll then bring me over to where we need to go for the class, all right? And here is the class, okay? Now this is everything in MindTap. This is where you're going to go every time you click this link once you've done the initial registration, okay? So remember that. So this link and Student Start here. You also get to review a little bit about what MindTap is. You don't need to download any data files. Hide that one from you because there's nothing there. Make unavailable. Pre-course assessment, all that stuff's available in the when you're over here in MindTap, meaning you're here. That pre-course assessment thing is in right here, pre-course assessment. It's not going to be graded, it's only a practice, so I don't really need that there either, but anyway, it is there, okay? So this is just little bits of information for you guys. Cengage technical support, though, is very important. If you have an issue with MindTap, I can't help you on it, okay? But I'm giving you a 1-800 number that they will answer. I think it's from 8 to 5 every day from Monday through Friday. So make sure you contact them if there are any issues. If you want to see if MindTap is having any issues, you click this link here. And it may make you download an app, but it will download anyway if you have something, if they're having issues. I've been here again 11 years. I've used Cengage MindTap for about 3 years or 4 now, I forget which, but at least 3 years. And only one day in all those years has MindTap not been up. Okay, so it may be down on your site because of your own internet, maybe down on my site because of my internet, could be down because of weather. Obviously, there are things like that. But in terms of MindTap, the platform, it's up 99% of the time. All right. Okay, so anyway, that is that stuff. Let me now go back to your preview. All right, so Student Start here, remember, that's where you have to go to register. Now, this thing here is Collaborate Ultra Required Live Class Sessions. This is where you go. This is where you go to my live class. So you click this link, okay? Then you come to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, and it says click this link, so that's this one now, to go to your required Collaborate Ultra online live class sessions from 12:30 to 1:30 every Tuesday and Thursday. And I said, except Thursday, November 25th, but it's also except Thursday, November 11th. So I'll edit that. I'm in your preview, so I can't, but I'll edit it later. So you must attend these sessions, okay, every week. And I, again, reserve the right to drop any student that misses 3 of these required sessions. It's unacceptable to miss class, okay? And you're in a tough field. I mean, if you're in a programming class, I assume you're in an NTech major. So therefore, you need to really, really, really be on your toes, okay? This link will also bring you to another live session for optional. Optional means it's not required. And that, again, is my office hour session. So 12:30 to 1:30 for class every Tuesday, every Thursday. And then office hours, which are optional, from 1:30 to 2:10. And I said I may sometimes stop at 2 o'clock. But this is just if you guys come to me with to ask a question. All right? So that's that one. Now, syllabus, very important. So let me click on our syllabus. And you notice my syllabus also has the tentative schedule of activities. Right? You can download the document if you want, or just click it here. If you click it here, it'll then pop up. Okay? So tells you more or less the same stuff. It gives you my email. If you need to access me and you call on this number, this is my office number, I won't be answering it. And I won't return calls because I won't return calls on my phone to any student. I also don't use those Google fake numbers. But if you send me an email, jmalone1@mdc.edu. You see, my last name has a Y, but I mean, in terms of email, it's just jmalone1@mdc.edu. You will get a reply sometimes faster than you click the submit button or the send button. Okay, I reply literally every day for about 16 hours a day. If you send me an email before 10 o'clock at night, if you send me an email after 7 o'clock in the morning, and really probably sometimes earlier, you'll get a reply from me normally. But if you don't, I still say you'll get a reply within 24 hours. So you don't have to worry about emailing me and saying he didn't reply. If I don't reply, it's because I have 6 classes. So I've got other classes, and I have lots of meetings. I'm in 4 or 5 committees for MDC. But bottom line, send me an email. You'll get a reply quicker. All right. Classroom is virtual via MDC Live and Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. And again, I put the times right here. Okay. And I put the optional office hour times for next to the office hours. Okay. I'm not going to read this now, but you can read that stuff. So you must be logged in to the Cengage MindTap class website every week. And you got to complete the required programming activities and reading activities for the first 8 chapters of the ebook as described in the tentative schedule activities at the end of this syllabus document. Okay. Attendance will be taken at every required live class. Again, you'll be dropped if you miss 3 sessions, especially if you drop 3 the first month or 2 of class before I get to know people. But I'll drop any student who's got an average of C, D, or F for sure. So you want to stay in my class, don't miss. And if you want to stay in my class and get a good grade, then be in that A, B category. How do you do it? Be prepared, pay attention, read the material. So here's the book, the access code information. Malik, C++ programming from problem analysis to program design. From 2018, it's the 8th edition. All right, here's your buying options. Now, basically, there's only one true option, and that's that you buy it from the Miami-Dade College Homestead campus bookstore. Okay, you either buy it online or in person. The recommendation is to buy it in person. If you don't want to go to the campus in person, you don't have to, but to just go to get the book is the access code is your best choice, because you will leave the bookstore after paying for it with the access code. Okay, whereas if you use the other one, this one here, which is a link to the Homestead campus bookstore, but this is the website for it, then what's going to happen is, I'll go ahead and copy this link and show it in a new page, because I'm in student preview. If I click the link, it won't work. But if I bring it over here, you'll see if I run it, it'll be your book. So you're in class COP1334, 68, 61. Okay, and that is what you get. But if you buy it from the bookstore, you're going to just be told, basically, there's 2 things. One, you can ask them, can you pick up the access code in person? Or 2, they're going to say, Otherwise, we're mailing the access code to you, which means you can wait a week even if you're using a website. So to me, that's not a good choice. I would much prefer you to buy the bookstore at the Homestead Campus bookstore in person, okay? But as long as you at least buy it, then you can set up your free trial. If you can't get it, if you're waiting for a week or whatever for them to send you that access code. All right. So ideally, go to the bookstore. It'll be open every day this term, every Monday through Friday. They'll have the hours up, but the first week of class, it'll be open for at least 5 or 6 hours a day. Okay. Otherwise, you use this link here, but as I put this note above it. But if you do it this way from the ebook, meaning their website, you may not get your access code for about a week because they mail it to your home. All right. All right. You can also email them. That's the bookstore. You can call the bookstore to ask them questions. All right. So the class, it's 4 credits. All right. It's going to be obviously an introduction to C++. So you can read what's going to be covered in it. But basically, you have to understand the concepts of the C++ programming language. You have to be able to effectively design C++ programs. You have to use data, use variables, calculations, and computer programs, create decision structures and loops, implement arrays and string manipulation, utilize logic to find and correct input errors in your programs, explain the role of variable scope in programming and use it effectively. Basically an introductory class, this one for C++, okay? It's also essential that you have the MindTap access code by the second day of class, again, as I mentioned, because it is a challenging class. And trust me, time will fly. You can get the access code again from the bookstore, in person or online. Students will be responsible for all material covered in class and all chapters assigned in the textbook. You'll be responsible for the material in chapters. Basically, it's 1 through 8. I'm just writing about 1, 2, 3. I don't know why we're getting that view, but 5, 6, 7, 8. My font is too big, sorry. A reading should be completed based on the schedule of activities at the end of the syllabus. All right. Most of the work, in this class will be the programming assignments. So you have to do 6 programming assignments in Chapter 2, 6 in Chapter 3, 6 in Chapter 4, 6 in Chapter 5, 6 more in Chapter 6, 5 in Chapter 7, and 6 in Chapter 8. So basically, 7 chapters. Chapter 1, there are no programs. It's just them introducing the topic. So you have 7 times 6 is 42 minus 1, because in Chapter 7 you get 1 less. So you get 41 programs that you must do, and that's worth about 30% of your grade. So each one is not even worth 1% of your grade. I'll be getting down to the grading weights just momentarily, but basically your exams are 60%. Each is worth 20%, so 3 20s are 60%. All your classwork, homework, which means in this case programming exercises, for the most part 30%. So that 60 plus 30 gets you to 90. And then there's quizzes, 1 quiz for each of the chapters, each of the 8 chapters. So that's 8%. They're each 1%. So that's 60, 90, 98. And your bio post, which you must post by August 30th, which is the Monday of week 2 of class. And that's worth 2% of your grade. All right. So that's your grading structure. Late assignments, I do have a section on late assignments. You'll be charged 20% for any assignments that you didn't post on time, or any exam you didn't take on time. All right. So it's not a good idea to get a 20% penalty. So read this stuff here. All right. All right. Attendance. Again, attendance is required. And again, I state for this class, if you miss, 2 required. This is 3. I'll change that to 3. All right. Oh, yeah, you missed 3. What did I put here? Oh, 2 live, sessions, because there's 2 live sessions each week. But if you miss 3 of them, I reserve the right to drop you. All right. Same thing down here tells you the drop dates. So if you want to get a full refund, if you don't like what I'm saying, and please like what I'm saying, even if you don't like it, it's important, guys, to do well in class. But the drop date to get a full refund is the first Friday is the Friday in week 1, which means Friday, August 27th. okay? If you are still in the class the second week, well, really on Saturday, August 28th or beyond, then the only way to drop the class is with a grade of a W. W just means withdrawal, and you have until Monday, November 1st to do that, all right? But then I put in the underlined part is I reserve the right to drop you if you either haven't or if you missed 3 of the required live class sessions, but I also reserve the right to withdraw students that don't do any work for any given 2 weeks period of time. So do not take 2 weeks where you don't do anything. Okay, I do drop people, all right? And if you do miss a scheduled exam, you must send me an email before the exam, and I will then let you make it up, but within 1 week, and you get a 20% late penalty. All right, so you read all this other stuff, okay? And a lot of times I'm repeating myself, so a lot of this you've already read once or twice, but you read it all. This is just some of the things you're going to learn from this class. And then there's a lot of course competencies. You can just review the course competencies, okay? And then here is the schedule of activities. Note, subject to change, okay? But in my classes, I don't change much because I put a lot of effort into making sure that everything is set up the way I want and with the dates I want. So week 1, basically the way the week works is Tuesday is August 24th. Because this is a Tuesday, Thursday class, I call week 1 starting on Tuesday the 24th, not Monday the 23rd or not Sunday the 22nd. So Tuesday the 24th, which means then I go to Monday the 30th to end that week. All right? All right, what do you have to do? So review all links and material in the Start Here link. Remember, Start Here link is up here. Student Start Here. All right? And then, in addition, of course, that little thing, then get your MindTap access code. Again, I say see syllabus. This is the syllabus because this is the schedule, right? The schedule of activities, which is at the end of it. It used to be a separate document. But anyway, at the top of the syllabus, look at your, make sure you get your MindTap access code. You know you get it from the Homestead bookstore, okay? It's best to get it in person so that you walk out of the bookstore with the access code in your hand. Otherwise, if you do it via that website link that I took up, I don't have it up right now, but I had brought it up by copying that link from the syllabus. I said that it may take up to a week for you to get that access code because they mail it to you. Although you can say to them in the checkout, hey, I want to pick it up. There'll be an option to basically say, more or less, check here if you want to pick up in person or some such thing. So review that, but I would prefer you just get it in person. All right. Anyway, read chapter 1 at MindTap. I'll show you where MindTap is momentarily. Well, I already actually showed you. I said you click on Student Start Here, and then you click that link that says this link here takes you over to MindTap where you register with your mymdc.net email address. So I'll go back there, but with my access rather than yours, so we'll go through. Review the syllabus and tentative schedule of activities closely. Post your bio, due August 30th. And your bio, by the way, has to be 2 paragraphs. I'll show you mine in there. Has to include answers to certain questions that I'm asking you. You know, basically, what are you doing in this class? What do you want to get out of it? Where do you see yourself maybe in 5 years? Do you think you might plan to move out of Florida? You know, it's silly things like that, but just something to get some conversation. And you must include a picture of yourself, and you must also reply to at least one of your classmates to get the full 2%. Okay, it's always a good idea to get the full 2%. Take pre-course assessment. I showed you where that is already in MindTap, and I'll show you again when I go back over there. Take Unit 1 quiz. That's also in MindTap. You can take it 2 times. You can take every quiz in this class 2 times, okay? And in this case, Unit 1, it's not due until September the 8th, so you have plenty of time to do it, but that's just week 1, all right? And there's nothing there, but note, and let me say it now, you're going to get access to all this material here in chapters 2 and 3, actually the day after your Blackboard discussion forum. So in other words, the Tuesday of week 2, so day 3 in this class, I'm already giving you access to the 12 programming exercises that you have to do for chapters 2 and 3. So read chapters 2 and 3 from MindTap or the ebook. Do the first 6 Unit 2 programming exercises, 2.1 to 2.6. I'll show you where they are. They're due September 27th. So you see, you're getting access to them on August 31st. So you're getting a full 1 day less than 4 full weeks, okay? You can take the Unit 2 quiz 2 times. Every unit or chapter has the quiz, remember, and they're all in MindTap. And you can take each one 2 times. But the thing is, every little module area, like this is Units 2 and 3, so you can call it a module if you want. Everything is linked in here, and everything has the same dates with the exception of the exam. The exam is 1 day after everything else is due. And these things that say due September 27, that means they're due at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so there's 6 programs here, another 6 here. Obviously, the 6 in Chapter 3 are way harder than the 6 in Chapter 2, and the ones in Chapter 4, 5, and 6 are harder. And then in 7 and 8, maybe not so much harder, but they're for sure harder. Every chapter grows, and plus, you're responsible for everything you previously learned. So when you've done the Chapter 2 programming exercises, even though they're not having you do much, it's expected that you take whatever they're sharing with you and whatever you have to do and what I show you in my coding examples. I'm going to be making at least 1 program from each of the chapters. I usually call them chapters, but I think in the ebook it's called units. But either way, but I won't do one of these. But I'll do maybe 2.7 or 2.8 or 3.9 or 3.10 or just an example from the book, because they have quite a few programming examples in their in each chapter. So I'll be making at least 1 from each chapter and recording it and placing it in my recording videos area, which I'll show you also after a while. All right. So anyway, these are the things you got to do for Module 2, which basically takes you through the end of week 5. Then the day after they're all due at 11:59 p.m. on September 27th, then the next day in class, so this is the 6861 reference, so your class exam time is 12:30 p.m., but you see here it's 2:10 p.m., not 12:30 to 1:30, because I'm giving you the whole 100 minutes. But note, it's due at 2:10 p.m. So if you come to class 15 minutes late, well, you've lost 15 minutes of time. If you come to class at 1 o'clock, now you're down to 70 minutes. You may say, well, 70 minutes is a lot. Yeah, it's a lot, as long as you're okay. You don't stress out. You start stressing out and you start pulling your hair out, then you get confused, and then that time flies. Okay, so get here on time. You know you got 100 minutes to do the exam. All right. Okay. Anyway, then the next day, so that's on September 28th. So the next day is September 29th. You're going to now have access to all the units 4, 5, and 6 stuff. But now you got 6 programs from Chapter 4, another 6 from Chapter 5, another 6 from Chapter 6. So that's 18 programs. That's a lot. Okay. That's a lot. You need to read these chapters, follow along with all the examples, and then start coding. Okay. And then, of course, you also need to do these 3 quizzes. Again, quizzes, only 1% of your grade. You can do them 2 times each, but you still want to get all 8 points of there. Remember, there's 8 quizzes, so it's 8% of your final grade. Where all these programs, even though there's a bunch of them, it's 30% of your grade. So obviously, they're much, much, much more important, but you still have a lot of work to do that. All right. Anyway, so they're all due on November the 8th, which means, you know what? The next day, November 9th, and they're due at 11:59 p.m. The next day, November 9th, you're in class 12:30, but you get to stay until 2:10. Now, if you're a rocket scientist, and there's always some rocket scientists in my class, meaning people that can do the test pretty quickly. So you may be able to finish the exam in 30 minutes, possibly. So then if you're here at 12:30, at 1 o'clock, you leave for the day. Of course, again, you're not really in my classroom, but you're in my virtual room, right? My Collaborate Ultra sessions. So anyway, then you go home or leave class. And then, so this is November 9 for the exam, which means November 9, well, really it should say here November 10. If I give it to you access on that time, it's just 1 day early, no big deal. But either way, November 9 or November 10, and then you get obviously a month, and it's only 2 chapters, right? Because this is now Unit 7 and 8, and these are due December 9th. So let me show you my calendar here real quick. So you see here that December, December 9 is a Thursday. This is also week 15 of class. week 15 is technically the last day of class. So I don't give you the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, and the Monday in this case for going into week 16. You have to come to class, meaning again virtually here live, remote, on December 14th. But this is called finals week. And for Professor Maloney's classes, finals week is always the first day of class of that week. So in this case, that means Tuesday the 14th is the first day of the week, of the exams week. So you take my exam at 12:30 p.m. until 2:10 p.m. on Tuesday the 14th. All right? All right, so that's that. So you see it all right there. It's all there in front of you. And then discussion forums. Let me just show you this one real quick. So here's your bio post. This is my last year's. I just copied it and I didn't change that part. But if you click here, I'm in your preview. Let me get out of your preview now and go into mine, discussion forums. And here you'll see I've posted mine, okay? So here's mine, and it's more or less just there as an example for you guys. So that's basically some information on me. Remember, you have to include a picture. I said my son, older son, graduated last December. Caleb is going to graduate this year. He's aerospace engineering. He's forensic science. And that's my wife, their mother, and blah, blah, blah. So, you guys do whatever, but you send at least a couple paragraphs. Paragraphs don't mean, like in this case, my first one is literally a sentence or 2 sentences. No. So, but I got like 5 or 6 little paragraphs, but 4 to 6 sentences in each paragraph is what you need. Okay. And do that. All right. So that is that. Now, I don't want to be in the preview anymore because I need to show you going back there mine because I want to show you some things over there that I said. So now, and then I'm going to end this session. So students, start here again. Remember, make the assumption you already went there and registered. Then once you've done that, even if you're using a free trial, you're going to come. Now, if you get something like this, it's obviously just them asking you to do something. Now, I don't need that. But here I am in the class, right? Okay, and I said, here's where to find you. Well, so first I said pre-course assessment. Post-course you can't take yet. Pre-course you can take now. It's not graded. It's a practice. So you just take it because we need to see this. It helps us to know how the students are doing coming into the class. And then I'll set this one up for the last week of class. I haven't set that one up yet. And Unit 1, you have a quiz. So everything here, remember, there's 8 chapters. So everywhere it says the word unit, that's a chapter. So 8 chapters, okay? Unit 1, there's no programs, but there's reading material. So Unit 1 preview, Unit 1 read, okay? Unit 1 visualize, that's where they give a little example, little video to show a little programming example. Another little brief video, what is computer programming, okay? And then in the study, there's the quiz. So the quiz will be based obviously on this stuff here, plus anything else in the ebook from chapter 1. Remember, you get to do it 2 times. Okay? All right. Chapter 2 or Unit 2. So here you get the same things with read. Okay, so you get a preview and a read. And then also a visualize. Visualize will always be video. So again, every time there will be a video showing something for the chapter in a program, a C++ program. So here you can watch this. Okay? Order of operations, which is important in programming. You can watch that. And then Unit 2 code is where your coding is, meaning your programming exercises. Everything with an orange bubble are things you have to do. So you see there's 6 programs in Chapter 2, the 1 quiz in Chapter 1, see the Unit 1 quiz, everything with a filled-in orange bubble you have to do, which means technically you don't have to do these things, but how do you succeed? Pay attention. Read the syllabus. Do what you need to do. Read the book. So everything you have to do, including know when everything is due. The fact that it's not due till September 27, you see over here on the right side, it says unlocks August 31. I told you it was the day after that little quiz is due, or sorry, the day after your bio post is due. So you get from August 31 at 12 a.m. in the morning, so literally 1 minute into the last day of the month, and you don't have to submit them until the last day or the last week of September. And so basically 4 full weeks. And then again, there's 6 programs, right? So they're all with orange bubbles, but they all have the same due date, okay? Then, so there's more though. These are optional. If you want to do more, you can, but you don't get credit for these, Okay. Then the Unit 2 quiz. Remember, it's due the same time. And Unit 3 is also part of the first module, if you want to call it that. So all these things are due on that's the exam, so you don't need to worry about that yet. But I mean, that's the first exam, and you'll see it's due on September 28th at 2:10. It unlocks September 28th at 12:30. So in other words, if you don't submit it by 2:10 p.m., you get a 20% penalty. Even if you started at, let's say, 1 to 2:10 is 70 minutes. The fact that I'm giving you 100 minutes, so if you don't finish it at 2:10, you say, I want to keep going. Well, you keep going, but you get a 20% penalty. So this 2:10 p.m. means that is when it is due or it's late, okay? All right, anyway, Unit 3, same way with visualize. There'll be a programming example. Code, this is where all your Unit 3 programs are. Again, the first 6 you have to do. These you have to do only if you want to, all right? And then it goes on to 4, 5, and 6. I won't continue to show, but it's the same stuff. Now let me, though, I said I would click into one just to show you what they're all about. So I'm going to click on the first one from Unit 2. All right. You have to do this program. So you click it, and then they say, do you want to try it? Yeah, I want to try it right now. Sure. Start assignment now. Okay. And it tells you the instructions right here. So it says, write a program that produces the following output. All right. So basically, they just want this. That's all. You have to make a program in C++ that does this. But note, in your program, substitute these 3 question marks with your own name. If necessary, adjust the positions and the number of the stars to produce a rectangle. In other words, if you put 3 stars not enough here, and it's sort of, it doesn't make this turn into a square, then you got to fix it, okay, so that it does. This one you may say is not in a square because there's not a spot here. See, these are all spaces. Spaces are in, but at the end, a space can't show up. So I can't click to make the space go over. But in terms of the asterisk, you see this asterisk is at the same point as this one, this one, this one, this one. By the way, these are spaces in between, spaces in between, spaces in between. And then obviously there's X number of spaces, and over here you do the same thing. So you're putting a square, you're putting this text, that with your name, etc. And the due date, well, you can just leave that due date. Don't worry about changing that, okay? And then when you finish it, then you submit the assignment. That's enough for now, because I'm going to be demonstrating something in here before you have to have it due, all right? Okay, so that is your class overview. Remember, you're going to be here on Tuesday the 24th, and I'll see you then. Have a great day. Now I'm going to stop my recording.